Hello there. So we just got a nice afternoon rain and the sun is about to come out again. So I thought it would be nice to give you a tour of this garden in July, in the middle of summer, in the middle of the afternoon. I know the plants enjoyed having that afternoon rain. It's been in the 90s, and with humidity, it's just been so hot for the plants. I could tell that some of them are struggling. Other ones are doing fine. So let's go ahead and get started. We will start in the back side garden. Let's go through this Stella Ruby Magnolia on either side here. The rosemaries are looking really good. Of course, they love the sun, and those guys don't seem to mind at all that we've been getting a lot of sun and humidity. And I just love my orchard, my little orchard area right here. So let me show you. I'll show you clips of what it looked like in the morning. It was nice and fresh, and it just looks so nice, just like right now, of course, with more lighting. I love the pears. They're the only ones that, that have not been eaten by any bugs. And pears are the easiest to grow. So if you don't want to spray and do any of that, pears or growing pears is a good way to go. And I have several of them still hanging on. I guess I've been eating maybe 2 or 3 of them already, and I think there are 5 still left on the tree. This one's still waiting for it to fruit. So I got a peach tree. Peach tree is not a good one to grow because it attracts a lot of pests, and 2 apple trees right there. And apple trees do attract a lot of pests as well. But if you don't want to worry about pests, pear trees are a great option. Look at the pencil holly. They need to be pruned again. They were pruned, I would say, early spring, and that's how much growth that they have put on. We got Cosmo. Last year planted a red, I think it was like red dazzle or something like that, and white. This year, no red at all, just pink and white. I guess there was crossing going on. There's a white one right there. These were sown. And of course I got some zinnias. Look at this. Planted just a few zinnias last year and got so many this year, and I do not remember seeing any one of them looking like this before with lots of petals. So it's been fun seeing them. And look at this one. This is a different color. I don't think I even have this one at the other area. I'll show you that in just a second. Literally not a second, but later on. How fun is that? Look at this one, yellow, and I have another one right here. I can't remember if I transplanted these or they were here. I think I probably transplanted these. That one is just a regular one that I have seen. You can see the sun is coming out again. This rose is not doing so good this year. I saw some Japanese beetles and got some budworms or something eating it earlier, so not a good year for it so far, but I'll usually prune it back and I will get some nice blooms in the fall. Oh, it's so sunny right now. It's like a regular sunny weather now, but the humidity and the hotness are not quite here yet. Thai hot pepper. It says ornamental pepper. Interesting. Anyway, this is the first semi-ripe one. Isn't that so pretty? Look at it. It is loaded with peppers. Peppers are the easiest to grow, chili peppers, and then you can freeze them too. This is banana pepper. I've harvested a few already. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oops. I guess I'm going to be harvesting this. And next to it is bell pepper. I got one bell pepper out of that, but have not seen any more. So one of these is jalapenos. So this is jalapenos, or jalapenos, however you say it, and believe this is the cayenne pepper. All right, just put up the umbrella and it's helped so much. It is getting hot again. More zinnias. These were transplanted earlier, so these were not here. I don't think so. Look at how pretty they are. So did not plant white last year, and there are white ones this year. Lemongrass plants are coming along really nicely. Expecting them to explode anytime now. Decided to let this basil go so it could go ahead and produce blooms for the pollinators. And I think it looks beautiful. I might just do a hedge next year. More lemongrass. Look how big this one is. We gotta go quickly because of the AC unit. Look at this ginormous sunshine ligustrum right here. I think it's split too. Oh my goodness. Did not notice this. I wonder if it's because of the rain that we just got. Interesting. It is so huge. These were the zinnias that got seeded here by mistake. A happy mistake, happy fun mistake. So the clippings of the zinnias last year were shredded and turned into mulch, and the mulch was put here, was applied here, and look at them. They survived, the seeds survived winter, survived freezes and snow that lasted for 7 days for the ice to finally melt. This area is developing very beautifully. We got, that's a plum tree that was put in this year. And then the 3 plants are the pink perflection camellias, and they have put on such nice growth. So let's go to another section. Look at the sunshine ligustrums. More yellow here. Here we have the emerald green arborvitaes. They have been here since 2020, and above it we have the Blue Point juniper. So this is what 5 years will look like for your emerald green arborvitaes, and they were pretty small. If I have a picture, I will pop it up for you so you can see what they look like when they started. They have grown very beautifully. This is just an overview of this area. I waited too long to do this tour because it is so sunny right now. Probably not a good idea. Look at this one. I don't think I had this color either last year. Of course, the seeds or seed got in between the crack here. Look at that. And I decided that I was gonna just see what happens, and look at how beautiful that is. Same thing with this one. It is not disappointing at all, both of these. The lamb's ears are struggling. Could be because of the excessive rain and then also excessive heat at the same time. Autumn Joy Sedum, ready to produce blooms, and that one got knocked over by that stump. Look at how big this weed is. I did not even notice it. It's crazy, right? More weed right here. This is Zinnia elegans. This will get massive, and I love this zinnia. It's a ground cover type, and it'll start off really small and it will explode over time. So by the fall, this area is going to get covered with it. Same with that one. So these have been transplanted and put here because wanted to see a nice hedge of them. There's another one up there and another one right there. More Autumn Joy Sedum, and if you recall, this was one that was transplanted. This is Gara, and it's doing beautifully, and next year it's just going to get bigger. Look at the Chinese snowball viburnum. It is getting bigger and bigger. It looks like it needs to be pruned again, but we'll do that later on. The cone flowers, Echinacea purpurea, they're finally coming down due to the excessive heat and rain and wind, all the above. But they are still looking beautiful. This year, because of the excessive amount of rain, there has been lots of weeds, so just been having these containers all over the different areas in the garden, so it will be easier to discard weeds that have been removed. There's another Zinnia elegant right there. Oh, looks like I do have another one right here too. Oh, and you get to see this with me. This is Sugar Tip Rose of Sharon. The bloom starts out like this, and it matures into pink. It used to be really small. I think I planted this, I want to say 2021, and strategically planted lemongrass around here so to prevent deer, because I had deer grazing it at one point when it was at the Hillside Garden, so decided to put here and kind of protect it a little bit. Also, I noticed that there are no budworms either for the last 2 seasons now, which is really great. I used to have a Rose of Sharon that had budworms like crazy, had to remove that. All right, let's move on. This is the American persimmon. This is going to be used as more of a shade tree. Don't know if it's a male or female. You actually need two, a male and female, to produce fruits. Now, if you don't have a male and female, when I researched, you can have a female and still get fruits. Not a whole lot of fruits, that is, but you will still get some fruits. So I do not know if this is a male or female yet because I have not seen any blooms. I think the female blooms are a lot smaller than the males. So I don't have a male one to even look at. So let's just hope this is a female, that this was chosen nicely. Ahead is a loquat tree. I am really hoping this tree will take off and maybe we'll see some kind of, I don't know, flowers. I'm not expecting it to fruit at all because it gets too cold over here. But now that we're in zone 8A, who knows? I think if you're in zone 9, it would be ideal or a good zone to have fruits. Let's just show you the overview here. This is ice plant. It opens up the flowers, that is, when it's later in the day, and they will close in the evening time. So this grows really well. Start off with one little plant and look at it. I transplanted some to the berm garden and that patch is doing really well. So this morning took a few of the stems here and did the same thing, transplanted them. So they should be doing well. All right, let's talk about this Japanese maple. This was in the back, lonely. Was going to put more plants around it, but recently could not find an umbrella with the same color as this at our local stores here, so decided to move this over here. And the reason for that is so the Thai eggplant could get some relief during afternoon, because this area gets sun, I would say starting even at 10, and then it just keeps going with the sun exposure. And also wanted to protect this a little bit. This is the camellia. So it doesn't, it's not a full sun protection, but it is something, and that's what the eggplant needs. Just a little bit of sun protection is all that it needs. Same thing with the camellia, I would assume, but I know that it will do better with more shade. If it gets to be worse as the days go by, the summer goes by, we'll just have to move it to a different location. And this is a cucumber. We've gotten 3 or 4 good cucumbers already this year. They have not been, attacked by the cucumber beetles at all. So I'm hoping that it continues. So, and I'm whispering because I don't want them to hear. So anyway, this is a nice corner right now. The Japanese maple is doing really well, and Snapdragon is still putting on blooms. This is the first year I'm growing this, so I don't know too much about it, but I have been enjoying the blooms a lot. Oh, I need to show you this. So this is the first year since 2019, 2020 that I am trying to grow tomato. So I'm gonna whisper again because the last time I tried to grow tomatoes, ended up with those hornworms and had to throw away the whole plant. So I am afraid of caterpillars and worms. So that's why I have not grown tomatoes, but this year decided to give it a chance. And these are supposed to be like little cherry tomatoes. I do not know the variety. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. So far it is doing good. Don't even see any damage. And look at the tiny tomatoes. Excited about that. So hopefully it continues to stay that way. And I have strategically planted it kind of in a hideaway. So there's basil, there's fern, there's just a lot of plants here. So in hopes to hide it from pests. Planted lemongrass right there, just so when they get bigger, what they'll do is they will give some height and will kind of separate this space from the space behind them. And eventually, hoping that fairy blush magnolia will create a nice screen right there so you will not be able to see what's behind it. So that is the goal. It did go through some setback because it was transplanted and it was a big plant, but it is bouncing back pretty good. So I think it's going to do so well going forward. Let's give you an update on this banana plant. Look at this. So these were the leaves from the previous location, and you can see the new leaves. They're doing much better. Still not ideal, but a lot better. I think if it were to be a bigger plant, it could definitely handle this area so much better. But this area does provide some protection. And let's look at the little lime hydrangeas. They are doing so beautifully right now. The best year that they have performed so far. Oh, before I forget, I need to show you this hydrangea. This is hydrangea tardiva. It's a panicle hydrangea. So this is its second full season here. First time it was planted, deer came and ate it pretty much to the ground. And then the next year forgot to spray again or didn't get a chance to. And of course, the deer did it again. So this year, in late winter, early spring, came here and spray it and have been doing that pretty on a regular basis. And look at this now. I'm gonna get to see blooms for the first time. So, not sure what to expect, but excited to see what these blooms will look like. So look at this. I did get some deer grazing, and that's when I came back and spray again. Did not think that they were gonna do that, and you know, I was regular with spraying, but we did get a lot of rain, so I would think that If you do get a lot of rain, you might need to spray it more often. Otherwise, I think I would do like once every 2 to 3 months. So anyway, look at it. The plant is putting on such nice growth. So this is an exciting plant for this season because I will get to see what it looks like in bloom. And hopefully you will come along with me when I do an update on this plant. All right, let's give you an overview. And there is yard work going on, so I apologize for the background sound. Per usual, there's always something here. Well, we made it through the heat together. It's only 55% humidity, but it feels like higher. So you can see I am completely soaked. It's cloudy right now, thank goodness. So it seems like I have a lot of plants, but at the same time, you probably think I don't have a lot of plants because there's still a lot of negative spaces. So regardless, I hope you still enjoyed the garden tour. Now, if you saw any plants that you have questions on, or like any design questions that you may have, please let me know in the comments section down below. I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next one, take care and bye for now.